Clerk, please take the roll.
Representatives Cassada, Cooper, Doggett, Eldridge, Grills, Johnson, Leatherwood, Mitchell, Sexton, Sherrill, Travis, Warner, Weaver, Vice Chairman Byrd, Chairman Wendell. Mr. Chairman, you have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Any personal orders or announcements? Recognitions? Any visitors today? If not, we're going to recognize Mr. Charlie Baum on House Bill 1844.
Thank you, Chairman Wendell. This is a bill that would name October Economic Education Month, and the goal would be to raise awareness about the economy, both the national economy and things like interest rates and inflation rates and the size of our government debt, but also to raise awareness about public finance, things like the importance of individual savings, how stocks and bonds work, how to draft a budget so that there's not too much month at the end of the money. The goal here being to increase the effectiveness of decision making.
Any questions, sponsor? You're recognized.
Thanks, Chairman. Representative Ballin, why did you choose October as the month?
I don't know that there was any rationale behind that other than October was selected to be Economic Education Month on a one-time basis in the 2021 calendar year. This is a bill that would make it permanent. October had been that month for the one-time temporary designation.
Okay, thank you.
Representative Barbara Cooper, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you for bringing this bill. I'd like to know, is this something that organizations in the community can participate in awareness, and how will you get word to them, to people who are interested in participating in October, the economic development projects in October, the awareness program?
We'd like to have as many participants as possible, all members of the community, and we're going to rely on our colleges and universities partly to raise awareness. We hope that they take this, if this designation is approved, that they take that and advertise. I know that I think next week I'm going to be on a radio station or two in Rutherford County, local ones, talking about the importance of economic education, and if it looks like this is going to pass, or if it does get through this committee, then I'm going to highlight that publicly in my community in Rutherford County.
Any further questions?
Is there?
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ms. Cooper. I'm sorry.
Is there a fiscal note on this amendment? On this bill?
There's not.
Well, how will communities participate? Will you be able to provide funds, or will they raise their own private and maybe state funds, or would you have any way of providing some type of assistance to those community organizations?
It wouldn't require any state funding. The state will not be providing financial contributions, but colleges and universities and cities and communities can allocate their own resources towards advertising this. And I know in my case, being on the local radio station, I view that as just being a public service. The radio station is not charging us, and so it would be publicity at no cost.
Well, I wanted to go across the state, and will you be coming to that radio station or that media share with other radio stations or TV stations about the Economic Development Month in October?
If they'd like me to, I'd be happy to.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
You're welcome, always. You recognize Representative Warner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Well, would it be Representative Mike Sparks' radio show you're going on?
No, the two that I have in mind are WGNS, which has his radio show. It's not his program, but Mike would be a great one to spread the word. He's got a tremendous number of listeners.
Yes, I've been over.
And then the local MTSU version of the radio.
Yeah, well, good deal. I've been over a couple times to his show, and I'm sure he'd love to have you on. I've done it a couple times. Pretty neat. Mike does a great job.
Okay, that'd be great. That'd be fine.
Any further questions for the sponsor? Question's been called for, but one question from me. How's your cousin Chris Brown doing?
He's doing good, and maybe we can get him involved in some economic education too.
We absolutely should. And for historical perspective, his cousin, who's a very nice young man, resident of Rutherford County, I believe also, not in your district maybe, but he took me to lunch in the green zone on multiple occasions, and a really nice guy. Got a good family.
Glad to hear it.
Anyway, question been called for. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, no. Bill goes to calendar and rules.
Thank you all.
Yes, sir. Is there any further business to come before the committee? Has anybody got any announcements to make? Ms. Cooper? We've enjoyed having you today. Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. Have a great deal of respect for you. We're adjourned.